Nowadays, we have a massive influx of Alumunium 65% custom keyboard under $200. We have the likings of Zoom 65 with fantastic value and customizability, QK65 with high-end experience in budget, Momokazoo 65, Keychron Q2, etc. None of the boards have the unique typing experience and character like the Bakeneko 65. And today, I will be building my Bakeneko 65 and share the thoughts on it. So, let's begin. In the keyboard community, the Bakeneko 65 is a very popular name. It was released with a $145 price tag. Unlike the other ones in the same price bracket, this comes with a Gummy O-ring friction mount. A Gummy O-ring mounting is a type of a gasket mounting that involves fitting a large O-ring around the PCB and plate to provide a softer and bouncier tapping experience. And this is different from the conventional gasket mounting with boron or silicon, where the porons are used to suspend the plates and PCB at various ends of the cases. This type of mounting is mostly found in endgame boards like Singer Unicorn. So after ordering, you will get all your parts coming in this sleek carrying case. Inside of that, you will get this stock FR4 plate, Insta65 PCB that comes with a white color LED and they are south facing. It's hot swappable with Kailh hot swap socket supporting 5-pin switches, and solder PCB add-on is also available. The PCB is QM CAN via compatible right out of the box. Also inside of the packaging, you will get the JST cables, Sherry clip-in stabilizers, 50A O-ring, and finally the case itself wrapped in a white cloth. So basically you're getting everything to build your custom keyboard. Okay, so Canonkeys opted for a cast aluminum case instead of CNC to keep it under $150 and reduce the production time. As it is a cast aluminum, there are signs of blemishes and subpar finishing. But the good part is that they are mostly on the internal side, so this won't be visible from the outside normally. To be fair, the one I got with white color coating looks fabulous in person. The Canonkeys logo is engraved at the back. The typing angle is 6 degrees with a wedged bottom. Overall, this is a good case and it feels solid. No hollowness or whatsoever like some budget boards. But the finishing isn't great, as I've said earlier. So just to let you know that Canonkeys is also selling a CNC aluminum version of this board at $195. So you can go for two options, either zinc weight or silicon. So everyone suggests to go for the silicon because it gives a better sound. So I went for the silicon one. For the build, I will go with a purple color themed build, and I have just the thing in mind. We'll come back to it later on. Initially, I took care of the stock stabilizers. They are cherry clip-in ones since it's not possible to put the Gummy O-ring around the screen stabilizers. The legs of the stabilizers have fangs and they are needed to be clipped. So what I did was clipped the extra legs and looped the housing, stem, and wear with Kailh, which is basically Krytox 205 G2. Make sure to balance the wires. Then I installed the daughter board to the case. Now time to install the switches into the PCB. For the switches, I went for Kailh purple potato switches. So this is basically a higher pitched clacky version of Boba U40. This switch has insane tactility with a large round pump. It has a full POM housing with an extended 18mm spring that gives a strong rebound. Also, it has a mild factory lubrication. At 75 cents per switch, this sits in the high-end spectrum of the tactile switches and a genuine best tactile switch contender. I'll talk about this switch some other day in detail. For now, let me put it into the PCB. PCB and plates are not attached by any screws. So you have to insert some switches at various ends of the plates and then insert the switches into the PCB. And then you can install the rest of the switches easily. And finally, install the gummy O-ring. Although the kit came with a 50A gummy O-ring, I went for a 30A gummy O-ring to get a bit of a more bounce. So regarding installation of the gummy O-ring, all you have to do is insert the gummy O-ring in the space between the PCB plate and make sure it fits in. Then I put the PCB and plate combo inside of the case gently. Make sure to push the PCB toward the blocker first to wrap the gummy O-ring properly around it. And then gently push the PCB inside of the case. That's it. You're done. It's that easy to assemble. Even if you want to take it apart again to fix any issues, just insert a prior and pull it back. It's that simple to disassemble. Now the keycaps. I went for the nice PBT elderberry. They are cherry profile dice-up PBT keycaps. These are quite thick, legends are clear and conspicuous, and colorways are great. This keycap set goes fine with the white colored case. Finally, pairing it up with the CableMod Pro cable. Thanks to CableMod for sponsoring. You can get your own desired custom coiled and straight keyboard cable from CableMods. No matter what color or style you want, CableMod has them all. Check the link in the description for details. This cable fits in just fine with the overall theme, right? I'm done with the build. Now let's see how this sounds in stock form. Well, it doesn't sound that bad to be honest, but pretty high-pitched for sure. But I think it's possible to make it a bit better. So for that, I would recommend to tune it a bit. I went for 2 layers of tape mod, added 2 layers of neoprene inside of the case. That's it. Instead of neoprene, you can also opt for polyfill if you want to. So I did a lot of sound tests with this board to find out the true character of this board. From budget to high-end and even the talky sounding switches. This setup should bring out the best in all of those switches. So let's hear all of them. I like this combination, to be honest. And I recommend you to consider these mods while building your kit to get a better experience overall. So it's quite evident that this board has a character. It has a sharp loud sound with soft and bouncy tapping experience. Not all the switches will go with it, so do keep that in mind. Surprisingly, the JWK Lagoon sounded a bit muted clack, where it sounds loud and clacky in other boards' plate combo. Even some talkie switches like Boba LT gave in a very unique sound signature in the board. So like I've said, not all switches will go with this setup. Now coming into the main question, is it worth the $145 price tag considering the current context? This is gonna be a very tough call. I mean, look, by the time I'm covering this board, we now have loads of amazing stuffs in the market, including Zoom 65, QK65 offering almost high-end experience, loads of case colors, weight options, plate options, wired, wireless, and whatnot. I mean, they're just killing it in the budget segment. Although the Bakeneko 65 offers a very unique tapping experience due to its mounting style, the lack of more plate options, customizability, cast aluminum case is a big turn down. When you pay that amount of money, you want your board's finishing to look at least decent, not something you ordered from wish.com. Even Tofu 65B stock has a better and solid case for $124. I'm not kidding. The Tofu 65B stock I received had no visible defects and it was CNC aluminum case with brass weight. Yes, it is easy to build versus the likings of Zoom 65, but in the end, we see the pros being outweighed by cons. So I think this is what Canonkeys can consider doing in the future. Drop the price to around $110 or $120 and introduce more customizability options. And I think that's what people want these days, considering the fantastic response the QK65R2 and Zoom 65 Essential Edition got. So yeah, if you only like a particular type of sound signature that is loud, clacky, with soft, bouncy tapping experience, this is the board for you. Sure, I liked it a lot, but it's becoming a bit difficult to justify the prices at current context. Otherwise, you can explore the other alternatives as well. So with all that, I'm wrapping up today's video. If you have made this far, thank you so much. I would really appreciate your sub and comments on the video. They inspire me a lot to work hard and make better videos. So until the next time, goodbye and have a great day.